California pushes back. Newsom declares free park access on MLK Day after Trump removes it from federal calendar. January 19, 2026, Sacramento, California. In a dramatic clash between state and federal policy, California Governor Gavin Newsom has announced that more than 200 state parks will offer free entry on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, January 19, 2026, in a pointed rebuke to the Trump administration's decision to strip the Federal National Park Service of MLK Day as a free admission holiday. The move comes amid a broader controversy over how national parks commemorate American history, and which holidays are seen as worthy of celebration. It marks yet another flashpoint in ongoing tensions between Democratic-led California and the Republican-led federal government. Why this matters? California versus the feds. For years, Martin Luther King Jr. Day had been included among the dates when Americans could enter national parks with no admission fee, a symbolic gesture honoring the civil rights leader's legacy. But for 2026, the National Park Service removed MLK Day and Juneteenth from its national fee-free calendar, replacing them with historically themed dates including Flag Day, notably also President Trump's birthday, Constitution Day, and the National Park Service's anniversary. Trump administration officials framed this as part of a broader, patriotic calendar redesign. However, critics argued the change diminishes national recognition of Black history and civil rights achievements. The NAACP and other civil rights groups sharply condemned the decision as insensitive and erasing pivotal moments in American history. Newsom's response: honoring Dr. King, not erasing him. Governor Newsom didn't mince words. In a statement, he accused the federal government of trying to erase the legacy of Dr. King and turn national parks and monuments into places of exclusion and fear. Under his directive, California state parks will open over 200 parks free of charge for vehicle day use exclusively on MLK Day, placing an emphasis on family outings, reflection, and civil rights awareness. Free admission is being funded by the California State Parks Foundation, not taxpayer dollars, a point Newsom highlighted to deflect fiscal criticism and show broad public support for the initiative. Some parks, like off-road vehicle sites or partner-run attractions such as Hearst Castle, will still charge fees for specialized activities or tours. State lawmakers applauded the announcement. California State Senator Akilah Weber Pearson described it as a direct rebuke to federal policy and a way to encourage communities to reaffirm our commitment to advancing civil rights for all. What parks are participating? The list of parks offering free vehicle entry includes popular destinations like Big Basin Redwoods State Park, Point Lobos State Natural Reserve, Mount Tamalpais State Park, Folsom Lake State Recreation Area, Lake Oroville State Recreation Area, and dozens more across the Golden State. Families, hikers, and outdoor enthusiasts are being urged to visit the California State Parks website before heading out, as some areas still charge for specific services or may have operational restrictions. Broader backlash and the national debate. The federal park fee changes have sparked debate nationwide. Opponents argue that removing MLK Day and Juneteenth from free day calendars not only reduces access to public lands but undercuts recognition of the historic contributions of Black Americans. Online reactions, from civil rights advocates to social media users, have ranged from outrage to satirical criticism of the Trump administration's emphasis on presidential birthdays over nationally recognized holidays for equality and justice. A cultural and political flashpoint. This clash over park fees and national recognition reflects deeper cultural questions about whose stories are elevated in public memory and policy. In choosing free access on MLK Day, Newsom is doubling down on California's progressive brand, promoting inclusion, outdoor access, and civil rights education, even as federal policy moves in a different direction. A cultural and political flashpoint. This clash over park fees and national recognition reflects deeper cultural questions about whose stories are elevated in public memory and policy. In choosing free access on MLK Day, Newsom is doubling down on California's progressive brand, promoting inclusion, outdoor access, and civil rights education, even as federal policy moves in a different direction.